I do think investors very beginning in the process have an intuitive sense if they're going to potentially be interested or not. This
Mm-hmm.
is why if an investor doesn't show interest or isn't interested, I don't think I don't think you're ever going to argue with them and convince them to actually invest. And because I
Mm-hmm.
think
Mm-hmm.
intrinsically they either are interested or not, they then are going to look at the stats to make the call and decision. But I think they had that first instinct, to your point, Nathan, of like, hey, this is something that is interesting to us because of the space, because of the team, attraction, but they then want to see the stats.
Let's drill into what you just sort of mentioned about, thoughts or tips for picking the right investors. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that? Yeah.
Okay, I have lots of thoughts here.
Go, let it flow.
One of the worst things that you can do as a company is have a bad board. Having bad investors or a dysfunctional board is going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to introduce pain in your life. It's going to introduce stress in your life. It's going to slow down how fast you can operate. It's going to take up tons of your time. You're not going to enjoy it. And I saw this from friends from investing. So one of the most important things to me in picking an investor was choosing somebody who's going to be a good board member. You
Mm-hmm.
have to remember, once somebody invests, it it's they aren't going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Yep.
is easier to get a divorce than it is to like get rid of a big investor, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no easy means to do that. So what that means is, for me, right, and everybody's different what matters to an investor, I want somebody who is gonna be a collaborative partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means they're going to help, they're going to give advice, I'm going to be able to learn from them, but also they're going to be a respectful partner, they're going to be good to work, they're going to be easy to work with. So I will do a tremendous amount of work before wanting to choose an investor. I know we were in a spot where we had choice, right?
Yeah.
But do a tremendous amount of work to figure out what is that person like, and things to do, right? The number one thing you should do is back channel. You
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to other entrepreneurs that they are on the board of. You can ask them for ideas, entrepreneurs, and they will share some, but those aren't the important ones. The
Mm-hmm.
important ones are ones who they aren't providing you, right? That you have to go find. And what you really want to find out is entrepreneurs that they invested in or on the board of that their company failed or did not do well.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy when a company is doing well to be nice and great. The
Mm-hmm.
real test is when things aren't going well. How do they act?
Yep.
And look, you'll easily figure this out after talking to a few entrepreneurs. You talk to entrepreneurs where stuff went wrong, and they're like, "Look, I had a board that was mad at me, was upset, but this person was great. They were
Mm-hmm.
really helpful and helped me guide through it." Or, I want to take money from them again, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And sometimes entrepreneurs are do not want to talk about this when you back channel. So some questions I've learned, right, and I got from other people to ask was like, to tell me about a time that you did not agree with them on something,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yep.
see how they acted. Are they yelling? Are they going behind your back, or what? Or two is what are the things that frustrate you about this person, right? You're just trying to figure out how they kind of work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what usually then happens is the investors that offer you the best terms are the ones you least likely want to work with.
Oh, interesting.
So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
almost, maybe not every round, but in a
Yeah.
lot of rounds, we actually didn't choose the best terms. We chose the best investor, because that extra 10% on price or whatever it is, to me, is not worth it. Any day of the week, I will take a great investor over optimizing on the best price.